Hello, I am Monica, Carbon C2's Gen AI Corporate Partner Alliance Specialist. We appreciate your interest in Carbon C2. We hope this presentation will help you decide to join us in our mission to fight climate change. We appreciate your commitment to reaching net zero and think you will find our program ideal for scaling to the levels you will need to meet those commitments. Before we get started, this presentation is for informational purposes only and is not intended to be legal or financial advice. Always consult a professional before making any decisions based on the information provided. This presentation contains AI-generated images and, well, me, your friendly and AI-generated speaking avatar. These images and avatars are only to help illustrate and explain Carbon C2's exciting program. Carbon C2 is an innovative project development company created for corporations that are committed to hitting their net zero goals. We have designed our program to help corporations develop and deploy a scalable set of carbon removal projects to achieve their net zero forecasts. We are experienced in building scalable businesses, securing key strategic partnerships, and scaling infrastructure very rapidly. Our program delivers not only carbon removal, but also a robust set of forest, water conservation, and clean energy initiatives, with sites located in underserved forest communities under threat of fire and air quality hazards. Our direct-to-corporate approach is to partner with our corporate partners to provide a pathway for them to own the program, rather than just an indirect carbon market transactional relationship. We are one of the largest set of biochar carbon removal projects listed on the Puro Earth Registry. Our scale is achieved through a disciplined, copy-exact methodology learned from the semiconductor industry. Each plant is capable of removing a full day of forest work into the facility to avoid creating poor air quality and releasing carbon through pile burning of the waste. CAL FIRE and the U.S. Forest Service have identified 20 million acres of high-risk forest area in California. For the past 5 years, the teams have developed large-scale multi-year landscape and watershed-scale plans to protect the forest. The U.S. infrastructure bill has allocated $60 billion to correct this issue, and in California, where the problem is the most acute, will match with $20 billion. This creates a significant problem for the removal of this biomass, which becomes a scalable opportunity to harvest the carbon and energy from this waste to help fight climate change and drought. Our mission is to turn this problem into an efficient, highly scalable carbon removal opportunity. First, we will reduce the costs for the Forest Service to remove the biomass, saving wasted dollars on transportation and disposal costs, enabling more work to be done on the forest with scarce dollars. We convert the waste into biochar and then sequester the carbon in the soil, increasing water efficiency and storing carbon for 100 to 1,000 years. We begin with 10 sites in Northern California with our 2 U.S. Forest Service stewardship partners. We have secured land in 2 sites and have verbal agreement on the remaining sites. Our partners have over 10 million acres under contract with the U.S. Forest Service to manage high-priority forest projects within 25 miles of the sites shown on the map. We will begin with the first site in Doris, California, followed by Alturas and Fort Jones. We will complete the first 10 sites by 2028 and then begin to ramp up into our Phase 2 plan to reach 100 sites in California and adjacent states by scaling several sites per year. In a recent meeting with the U.S. Forest Service, we were pleased to see our partner now secured a multi-year 100 million acre deal to expand into 8 high-priority wildfire crisis strategy states. This sets a clear course for us to reach our goal to achieve mega-scale to over 1,000 sites in the western 17 U.S. states. Each site we deploy with our copy-exact strategy will capture over 1 megaton of carbon dioxide removal in its useful lifetime of 14 years and removing 1.5 million tons of waste material from the forest projects. In addition to these benefits, we also generate 300 million megawatts of clean energy in strategic locations on the nation's EV infrastructure plan. As we scale our CDR operations, the clean energy starts to reach a significant amount of megawatt capacity. And this capacity is distributed right at the weak points in the grid to help make it more resilient. With each site, we add 80,000 tons of annual carbon dioxide removal to reach 500,000 tons per year with 6 sites deployed and 1 megaton per year with 12 sites. Our goal is to continue to scale at this rate to be able to reach 10 million CDRs a year by 2035, and then scale to reach 100 million CDRs a year by 2045. Our Copy Exact design allows us to scale the same design in a compact footprint in over 1,000 locations and minimize operational risk, training, issue resolution, and many other factors that drive up operational costs. Each component can be transported by standard Class 8 trucks without special permits and set up and operating in weeks, not months or years. Automation is utilized at all stages of the operation to minimize resources and operational risks. The plant runs 24 hours, 6 days a week, with a total of 30 employees in cost-efficient, fully automated, just-in-time, net-zero operations. Each site can process 100 tons of waste biomass into 30,000 tons of biochar that captures 80,000 tons of carbon dioxide for permanent storage in around 50-60-acre farms a year. The daily process starts with 7 trucks dispatched to a well-planned schedule of forest locations to meet the crews clearing the forest. The forest crews convert forest waste into chips that are loaded into the EV trucks to transport to the biochar plant. The trucks complete 20 trips a day, with each truck making 2 to 3 round trips per day to multiple chipping sites within 25 miles of the plant. 20 truckloads per day are unloaded into automatic conveyors, chipped again to 1-inch chips, sorted, dried, and then loaded into the smart container silos for processing overnight. Each day, 6 truckloads of biochar are dispatched to farms and sequester the carbon in the soil for 100 or more years. It also will be sent to ranches for aerial application, abandoned mines for soil remediation, or even directly back to a badly burned forest restoration project to help restore the soil and increase the rate the forest recovers from the high heat soil damage. The heat from the biochar pyrolysis process is converted to clean energy. The waste heat is captured from the stack on the pyrolyzer and used to generate electricity in an organic Rankine cycle generator. This clean energy is then stored in a battery to be available on demand. The battery then powers the motors on the automated feedstock systems and charges the trucks with high-speed chargers. The truck chargers are located near the public access in an EV truck stop to allow a charging point on the EV corridor. In some locations, we connect to the local schools and other community buildings to provide distributed power, avoiding the peak power rolling blackouts in California. We have a passion for restoring the health and fire resilience of our beautiful forests. Our goal is to see the limited funding available for forest management focused on on-site work rather than spending it on diesel transportation of waste material. Without carbon C2, with the current methods, the transportation costs can be more than half of the project spending. Often, trips are more than 50 miles, exceeding 3 to 4 times the in-forest budget. With our solution, we work together with the stewardship partner to ensure our sites are within 25 miles of the forest work. This eliminates the long-haul costs. Then we cover the short-haul transportation costs by operating our own EV trucks to pick up the material. This allows the federal and state funding to go more into actual forest work to protect and restore the forest. With each site, this saves around $7.5 million each year and $100 million over the life of the installation. With our goal to deploy 100 sites in our scale-up phase, this effectively shifts $10 billion or more from being spent on transport cost to go directly into enabling more acres protected, resulting in more effective use of the California and federal forest resilience plans. Our first site will be located in Doris, California, in the beautiful Butte Valley, with its sprawling ranches and lush green strawberry fields, surrounded by forest mountains, with views of the snowy peaks of Shasta Mountain. As part of our Copy Exact strategy, the site is similar to all of the locations in our plan. The site will have access to a major highway, like Route 97, the historic Alaska Highway, which is part of Group 1 approved phase of the nation's electric vehicle infrastructure plan. With each 5 to 10 acre site, we will optimize the location to be within 25 miles from the planned high priority forest work and near a community with quality affordable housing for the employees. We will prioritize locations that are on the national EV corridor, and we will have national rail access. This will allow for future upgrades for biogenic carbon dioxide capture and rail transport to geosequestration wells. As part of the build-out of the biomass pyrolysis plant, we will fund at least one community development project. This might include parks, restoring historic locations, or helping fund community centers and other efforts, which are very important for our employees and their families and the community. The clean energy created by the process is used to power the plant and trucks, enabling a net zero operation. And the chargers for the trucks are located in a modern heavy-duty electric truck stop, enabling strategic, long-haul EV truck charging locations to strengthen the nation's infrastructure for clean transportation. Each site will process 100 kilotons of biomass per year into 80,000 tons of biochar carbon removal and add 3 megawatts of clean energy capacity. These sites can be expanded to 4 times this capacity and will employ 30 to 120 veterans returning from active service in our armed forces. Our partner, Patriot Restoration Ops, has successfully placed thousands of these highly skilled veterans into good-paying jobs like forest project operations and other industries utilizing their experience and training. This enables a reliable and highly experienced workforce to do the massive task to restore the forest and protect it from fire hazard. The veterans benefit from the opportunity to have meaningful, high-impact work and to live in the communities near their families and enjoy the beauty of these rural forest communities. As we scale our operations, this team skills will be extremely important to quickly train and scale reliable operations at each site. With their training in technology and equipment, these skills will be utilized to learn, maintain, and operate the pyrolysis and feedstock equipment. Together with our equipment manufacturing partners, they will get the best high-quality connected equipment, training, and centralized support for them to optimize operations. Their logistics skills will be critical to manage the scheduling and operations of the trucks and to coordinate with our forest project partners to ensure timely collection of biomass waste, required to keep each site running 24 hours a day for 6 days a week. With extensive experience in remote operations and power generation, the team will operate and maintain the electricity generation and the EV fleet and charger network. Timely operation of the biochar into target sequestration sites is also critical to keeping operations running efficiently. Managing the coordination and commitment from the local farmers, ranchers, forest and mine restoration projects will be very important. To ensure timely and high-quality application of the biochar, the team will schedule, deliver, and apply the biochar to the soils to ensure proper sequestration of the carbon. And, using our state-of-the-art digital MRV solution, the team will record each ton of carbon removal to enable convenient, reliable corporate record keeping for our CDR credit investors. Okay, now let's discuss how we work closely with our corporate partners, enabling them to play a key role bringing this scalable program to fruition. The market for carbon removal will increase as the requirements on corporations move from voluntary offsetting net neutral goals to regulated net zero requirements. This will drive the need for corporations to invest into their emission reductions and removal projects to balance their carbon footprint. To meet their net zero goals will require first an effort to reduce their own emissions to zero. But often there will be the very difficult or impossible emissions required to run their business will remain in their forecasts. This will require them to develop a set of projects to ensure they are removing the carbon from the climate. To compensate for these remaining emissions, they will add each year. Typically, developing and operating carbon removal is not part of their core business. So our role is to offer a turnkey approach for them to take the role of financial sponsor in our project finance business model for each site. This is done with a simple advance purchase commitment contract. The partner issues a commit for the number of sites required. Then we will quickly ramp and deploy enough sites to meet their removal requirements aligned to their forecasts. Often, the tons of carbon removal required can be in the millions of tons per year. But with our scalable development, the more they invest, the faster we can expand supply of removals to hit the significant amounts that will be required for their net zero commitments. In addition to aligning to their forecast quantities, we also provide a transparent cost model at the lowest possible cost of carbon removal, enabled by our efficient operations. This provides a predictable capped cost for their removal forecasts. This direct approach also eliminates the middlemen, thus eliminating the added cost required to provide traditional development equity or carbon market intermediary investors a return on their investments. Each site in our program can scale very quickly by leveraging our copy-exact deployment strategy. With each advanced CDR commitment from our partners, we can add 1 megaton of CDR capacity to the Western United States projects, capturing 80,000 tons of CO2 each year for the site's 14-year useful life to meet our partners' requirements for net zero. And we can sell any excess supply if not needed into the spot market for others that were not as proactive. With each carbon removal advance purchase committed, it will make another site possible, and every 12 sites will remove 1 megaton per year and add almost 50 megawatts of clean energy. As we scale up, this will start to ramp to the significant capture rate required to meet our corporate partners' net zero goals. Okay, now let's move beyond just carbon removal to take a look at the meaningful and impactful co-benefits of this program. In addition to meeting the partners' forecast quantities and cost optimization requirements, we also deliver a clear, measurable, valuable, well-documented set of co-benefits that come with each project site. As the project sponsor, our partner will be able to market the additional impact our program has beyond just carbon removal. This will create an opportunity for them to build goodwill for their brand with initiatives their consumers, employees, and shareholders value. First, let's look at the indirect economic benefits of a CDR dollar invested. For every dollar invested in carbon removal, it has an equal or greater economic impact on forest restoration and drought protection as well. With the strategic location of the sites, we reduce the cost of restoring the forest, and with every ton of biochar applied to the soil, delivers a 25% savings in irrigation requirements each year. These are all certified by trusted third-party registries and tracked and reported in our digital MRV report for the partner, allowing our partner to claim the benefit of forest protection and water conservation in addition to carbon removal. And since with every site deployed by us for the project sponsor, each will be in an underserved community, in high fire risk areas, and on a strategic point along the national EV corridor, the sponsor will be able to confidently market the co-benefits that come with their investment in each site. We make sure all of these benefits are measurable and that they are tracked in accordance with the UN SDG process, verified under the gold standard methodology, and included in their digital reports. I hope you have enjoyed our presentation. I would like to invite you to please join us as we build this exciting plan to fight climate change with our innovative carbon removal solution for you to utilize in your journey to meet your net zero goals. For more information on how your company can get involved, please contact us at info@carbonc2.com. Thank you for your time to learn about our program. We look forward to hearing more how we can help you.